All right. So, welcome back, Anya. In this session, I'm going to go over a document called Homeaglow Product Overview. And what this document has is, from a product perspective, what do we care about so that you can, if you're looking for product ideas to save time, the map of where all the opportunities are. And Anya, you've seen this 2 or 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
So
so.
there will be a link to this associated with the video. This table has 3 columns, a customer column, a cleaner column, and a customer service column, and 3 rows. How do we acquire, bring on new customers, cleaners, and customer service? How do we fulfill the cleaning appointments themselves? And how do we retain the user? Does that make sense? And I'll go through each of these cells now and also show some examples. Can you get the recognition? All right. Any questions before we get started? So, I'll go down the customer column first. Imagine people are on Facebook on the left-hand side. So I'm in the customer acquisition column. Imagine customers are on Facebook, scrolling Facebook, and you'll see an ad. And the ad might have a photo of this woman, and it will say, get your home cleaned for $19. And what we want the customer to do is go from the ad and click on the ad. The ad will say, view offer. And when they click on the ad, they go to /mdeal, which is what I'm showing here on the right. Then there's a purchase flow where they have to purchase a voucher, and a redemption flow where they will redeem the voucher for their first cleaning. So let me switch to my development. I'm just turning on my web server on this computer so that
Shall we do the copy of the document?
the document will be now, thank you, in the folder of all shared documents. Okay, so customers will see this page, and what we want them to do is purchase the voucher, and I'll go through the purchase flow. But things to keep in mind on the right-hand side is how does it work? On the left-hand side here is if I'm trying to come up with product ideas to save time or to improve the user experience, how can I measure success? What am I trying to do? So let me share that. We're trying to decrease the cost, the dollar cost per Forever Clean that's redeemed. So the money is spent here at the ad, and they have to go through this whole thing until they redeem it. And so we're trying to reduce the cost per redemption. So naturally, the first thing is we want to increase the CVR, conversion rate of the voucher purchase. And so there's 3 or 4 steps, and we want to get a high percentage of people to go through as possible. So why is it not 100%? Why would someone not purchase when they land on this page? Why would someone not purchase a voucher? Ton?
They might see the membership part.
And
they might say, I only need one time cleaning.
Great. Janice, why might someone see this page and not complete the voucher purchase?
If a person is really curious what is the usually they will think that there's free access. So they will check, and once they see that there's a commitment period, it'll discourage them purchasing the voucher.
Great. Francis, why might someone not purchase the voucher?
They might not be just plain old not interested with the service.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I clicked on the ad. Or I saw a picture of a kid and I just tried to like the photo. And what? It was an ad? Yeah. Maria.
I might have looked into what's included for how does Forever Clean membership work.
Yeah.
And then saw the ETF. Probably just, thought of another cleaning service.
Great. Monica, I'll come to you at this next step. So I'm going to, some percent of people are going to choose one of these vouchers and click buy. Now, I still have not purchased the voucher yet. Monica, why might someone not make it past this step?
For someone who's old, probably who doesn't have an email address.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember my email. Is it? I need to ask my son what our email address is. I'll take a photo of this page and I'll come back. Okay, so let's keep going. Have I purchased my voucher yet? No, I haven't. H, why might someone at this step not purchase their voucher?
I might get charged immediately for something, and I haven't seen the terms and conditions, so I don't want to get charged extra for something.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we call the credit card step, the payment step, the real, okay, you got to pay me step. And as you would expect, many, many people come all the way to this step. No, thank you. Right? So our objective is to reduce or increase the likelihood that they go through all three of these steps and type in their credit card number and actually purchase the voucher. And so for all of these reasons, the conversion rate is not 100%, as you would expect. It's not as easy as put up an ad, sell a voucher. If it was that easy, you would see a lot more ads. Okay, any questions so far?
By the time they get to the email part, are they already in the system?
Once they submit their email, yes, they're in the system, and we email them if they have not purchased voucher. Hey, it looks like you started. We bookmarked your spots. Click here to continue. That's one of the reasons why the first thing we ask for is your email. Okay, so what has happened at this step? We have purchased the voucher, but the voucher has not been redeemed yet. And so the next step is increase the redemption rate. We need to redeem the customer. And so in this flow, it looks like, I'm not sure if this is the 2-step cohort or the 3-step cohort. This is the 2-step cohort, 3-step cohort, because the frequency is here. So I'm looking for 94105. Tan, at this step, why might someone who's made it this far not continue?
They might say, the cleaning that I want can't be scheduled
Yeah, I want the cleaning
on the date.
on July 4th. What? It's June 28th.
Yeah.
What? I can't even click back. The first available date is 3 days from now. I want I want Saturday the 29th. What? I can't. What? Okay, no thank you. Janice, why might someone not proceed from here?
The recommended hours. So they cannot. The minimum is 2, right? So if the customer only wants like an hour, because like it's a very quick cleaning, it will make them decide not to book as well.
Yeah, I bought a 3-hour voucher. I want 3 1-hour cleanings. This is going to be great. I can't believe they're going to clean my house all year, cover my cleanings all year. Wait, what? Anya, I'm going to jump to you. Why might someone not continue from this step?
Don't want to take the time to fill out all this crap right now and don't have an immediate need for a cleaning.
Yeah, I'm a squirrel. they gave me a $1 cleaning, I will just put this away and use it when I need it. But it's not urgent for me. I didn't even search for this. You just offered it to me. Yeah, I'll take one, put it in my pocket. Francis, why, let me proceed to the next step. Okay, Francis, why might someone not proceed from this step?
I go with the same answer as Anthony, because at this point, this is my personal opinion. I might be already irritated with all of the things that you fill out.
Yeah, wow, this is crazy. They might as well just ask me to clean my own home and click done. Great. Let's try not to say same, because then I don't need to even bother. Okay, so I put in this information. I mean, one reason here is, okay, well, why don't you try? Why might I not continue from here, Maria?
I want to look at the FAQs that's written there. So probably I could check back to it, or I have something that I need to do now.
Okay, yeah, this is taking too long. I need to go have my lunch and then I'll come back and do this. Wait, where did the page go? Okay, great. One thing at this step is, this is the step that goes from, I'm just surfing the internet, click, 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 to wait, what? They need to know where I live? Okay, I guess. Wait, do I really want to give my home address to this internet website? Okay, it's home cleaning. I was just kind of treating it like a voucher to the movies where I'm still anonymous. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. All right, so at this step, Monica, why would someone not redeem their voucher? And the good news is they have at this step already redeemed the voucher, but why would they not continue?
Because I just saw that.
Come closer, come closer.
Okay. Because the first thing I see are the dollar amounts. So am I gonna pay those instead of getting for free?
Yeah, the only number I can remember is $19. What are all these other dollar signs? Some of these are big dollar signs. Show me the button that says 19, please. H, why might someone not continue from here?
I see it before I continue, I have to make a choice with how long and for the membership. So I don't want that membership.
Yeah, where is the option that says 0 months? I don't see it, I'm not clicking anything. I don't understand, let's just back away from the keyboard. Close it down, pretend like this never happened. I'm in a weird place right now. Ivy, why might someone not continue?
Yeah, I'm gonna say something like, wait, I just wanted my $90 voucher.
Yeah, can we stop at the last step? What is this step?
I see forever thing, I see one thing after.
Yeah, let me try to uncheck this one. Wait, what? All right, that doesn't work. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, next objective, decrease the refund rate. Not interested in Forever Clean? Yeah, I'm not interested in Forever Clean. Click here. Not interested in Forever Clean. Why might someone say, why might someone continue to refund their voucher?
Because they might say, I got this far and I only got the third step, and to be informed that I'm going to have to pay a membership. So no, I'm not going to go through it.
Okay, great. Janice, why would someone say, let's do this, I want the refund?
Because the membership fee is too much.
Yeah, but these offers are only limit one per client. Why is that? Why might that not be convincing for you?
Still, some of the clients will find it too much to have a membership fee.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is, I don't care that the offer is limit 1. The offer itself, no good for me. Okay, Francis. Hey, I want to tell you, Francis, if you refund this, you can't participate in future offers. Why would you still refund?
I've already have contacted somebody, and I think might be a good deal for me to go to that other person instead, individual contractor. So I might answer that and just continue.
Okay, great. I had already booked someone else.
Yeah.
And then this caught my eye, and I was curious because I had just booked someone, and I was like, oh, maybe these guys look a lot cheaper. Oh, these are not a lot cheaper. I wish I didn't waste my last 5 minutes. Let me just refund this and go with the person I already confirmed with. Maria, what might my refund reason be?
The first one, I'm not sure one.
Refund my voucher. This is not reversible. Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. What just happened? Your voucher has been fully refunded. It sounds like Maria said you want to try us first. Here's what we did to help you get a great first cleaning. We refunded your $9 voucher. Okay, you damn right you better have refunded my $9. Your Forever Clean membership is still active. What? Enjoy, I like the word enjoy, yeah. Unlimited, okay. For free for 1 month through, okay. Wait, what's happening? I have one, it's free. What happens after August? I want a button that says, what happens after August 4th? What? Curious what happens after August 4th? Answer, you're getting charged. What do I do if I don't want this? Cancel your Forever Clean. Why shall I, Monica, why shall we not write? What happens after August 4th? You're getting charged. Don't want to be charged? Cancel your Forever Clean. Why are we not showing that?
Because we're still trying to convince the potential customer to go ahead and go through this whole process for that person to
Yep.
clean.
Great. So at this step, we're now the 4th objective. Awareness of the Forever Clean and ETF. So yes, I'm aware. How do I make myself even more, how do I make users even more aware that they have an active Forever Clean? And how do I let them make them accept, okay, I understand if I keep going, there's an ETF. If I cancel too quickly, there's an ETF. How do we do that without pissing off, without just getting this entire job and Forever Clean canceled? And if they do that, there's no ETF because they don't have the first job. Right, so these are all of the objectives of this acquisition flow. Very, very hard. You know, if I draw this grid over, if I draw this grid, these are probably the easiest right here. Decreasing time per tickets, all this stuff. This one right here, don't worry about what this says, we'll get to it. My point is, customer acquisition, very, very hard. Because of all of the reasons we just went around. It was so easy. That was like, man, you're thinking, man, Chowai, these are some easy fucking questions. It's because we need to win that. Does that make sense? Any questions on what acquisition means for customers? All right. Fulfillment. We need to, now that this submitted job, decrease the cancels by the customer or the reschedules by the customer that decrease the claim likelihood and invoice likelihood. Why does Anya, Why does a customer rescheduling the job decrease claim and invoice likelihood?
Because they may dump a cleaner that's on the job and put the job back out there with no cleaner. They may have intent to just not have the job. They're trying to schedule it so far in advance that it's not happening. There's myriad reasons, but yeah, it's just more unpredictable, and there's like it's not as stable as it was if it was initially just booked and claimed.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you change the job, it's going from claim to submitted, unless you say the cleaner agreed. In some of those cases, the cleaner did not agree. So we just want to keep it where it is. If it's in a claimable date time, and if it's not in a claimable date time, we actually want to push it into a claimable date time. Canceling is obvious. Customer cancels job is canceled. And to get the job fulfilled, which means invoiced, we got us this far. Now give us a chance to claim the job and give us a chance to invoice the job. Customer, don't do the things that are going to fuck that up. So what is that? That's the objective. How might we do that? We need to reduce match anxiety and reliability anxiety. Tan, what will a customer say that expresses I have match anxiety?
You told me by email that it's going to take 48 hours for you to contact.
Perfect. Janice, what will a customer say that indicates they have reliability anxiety? Perfect. How do we reduce both of these anxieties so I don't touch the job? Does that make sense? Okay. How might we do that? There's Help Center, which means there's literally a section which is questions, answers, questions, answers, questions, answers. There's also just in products, like on this page, how might I reduce customers' match anxiety? We could just change these words. What are the disadvantages of changing these words to I super duper guarantee that your confirmed job will be invoiced?
Well, it does reduce match anxiety, but then there's the likely risk that if you're not able to deliver, the customer's emotional is very high guarantee.
Yeah. Emotional pain. Bid means, hey, I'm extending my feeling to you, and we want to respond to it. The emotional, the magnitude of their, I'm disappointed, you let me down, you misled me in what the situation is. So this is the trade-off, and a product idea would be how an implementation of how to address match anxiety without down the road planting these disappointment landmines. One bad idea is show the match likelihood as a percentage. Why is it a good idea? I know that I now understand, and it could be, if it's 99% or 100%, okay, good. Downside is, wait, what? There's a likelihood? Well, the short answer is there's a likelihood in everything. Like the fact that your flight is on time is like 95%. There's a 5% you're getting kicked off the flight. And so this is an example of in product. Does that make sense? All we need to do from the customer side here is don't cancel it, don't reschedule it. We'll take care of the rest. Retention. So the job gets invoiced. Now what? We want to, number one, increase paid for every 10 months. How do we increase? Wow, that sounds easy. How might we do that? Increase the value proposition. Wow, that sounds easy. What are some examples that we've done so far that have increased the value prop? Anya, what are some examples of things that we've done recently to increase the Forever Clean value proposition?
Allowed the Forever Clean member to share the benefits.
Great. Why is that an increase in the value proposition?
Because it brings more customers to the company, and it also makes the user feel like what they're getting is valuable because they can share it So it's like I'm not just paying for myself, I'm actually like giving this benefit to other people.
Yeah, I got 5 for 1, not 1 for 1.
Right.
Another example is we're letting top cleaners swap into Forever Clean jobs at sometimes a loss to Homeaglow. Maria, why is letting top cleaners swap in or non-top cleaners increasing the value prop? Yeah, the quality likelihood goes up. Great. Does that make sense? How to increase the value prop? What's another way to increase value proposition? Decrease the cost of the monthly fee. Francis, what are the trade-offs when we decrease the cost of the Forever Clean monthly fee? Yeah. So we need to check, and we've run this experiment where the monthly fee is $19 versus the monthly fee is $39. What we found is the retention at 19 is not twice as long, so we're actually losing money by lowering the price. That makes sense. Don't sell stuff super cheap. That was rule number 1. Second goal is decrease the dispute rate, and specifically the big bucket that has the highest number of disputes is not the old voucher, because it's pretty clear what they bought. It's the first Forever Clean charge. What the hell is this $39? I'm pretty sure I only paid $19 and I already paid it. What the hell is this $39? So what are some ideas for explaining that? We could send them an invoice. We currently don't, but we could send them an invoice when we do charge it. Monica, why might we not want to send an invoice for every $39 monthly charge? Why does Xiaowei not send an invoice?
Like rapidly.
Yes.
Because the
Ivy.
basically it puts the charge like out there where the customer has a chance to basically take part versus if they contact them and about the charge and feedback.
Yep. There's some customers where Homeaglow does not benefit from making the charge front and center, and that is a larger group than the customers that Homeaglow does benefit by making the charge front and center. So some of the things that I've done so far, examples of increasing Forever Clean paid months, is these auto retention offers. Previously, agents were trying many different retention offers for many different types of customers, and we collected enough data to know here's what works, here's what doesn't work, and now customers can receive themselves auto retention offers when they're on the cancellation. So instead of just one cancellation button, next to the button there's offer 1 and offer 2, and it's credits and it's free months. And Forever Clean Share as we discussed. Any questions on? So okay, so what have we just done? We went down the entire customer column, and I highlighted from a product perspective what are the biggest things we care about. There's on a beach, there's big boulders and little grains of sand, and I've highlighted the big boulders that we want. Does that make sense so far? Okay. Cleaner side. The high-level objective is to decrease the cost to get a cleaner to their first job. So it's to decrease the cost to get a person who's not yet a cleaner to apply, to onboard, to stay active, to not cancel, to get to their first job. That's one of the checkpoints, kind of like trainee to agent. So how does that work? They are seeing Craigslist ads that say, do you want to clean homes? Do you want to work as a cleaner, earn $25 an hour, $50 to $100 a job. And then when they apply to the ad, they, via email or text message, we send them a link. Sounds great. Go to homeaglow.com/apply. Let me know if you have any questions, Emma. At this point, they're actually not even interacting in the CRM. They're just interacting with automatic replies that we've set up when they message from the Craigslist ad. And if they don't respond to our auto replies, because sometimes you don't respond, many times you don't respond, we're going to drip. And what drip is a metaphor. Imagine like a sink faucet that drips water. It's in that case, it's every few seconds, but every few days, every few weeks, we'll say, hey, I just want to reach back out. Are you interested in home cleaning? Why do we do that? Cleaners are looking for different jobs all the time. And so they might not be available right now. And people apply for many jobs at once, and maybe we're not the first ones to reply back to them. And so right now they're not available anymore, but they might fail that interview and then want our job, or they might hate that job and want our job. That's why we drip. Ultimately, we're trying to get them to /apply. Things that we could do: rewrite the automated initial auto replies to encourage people to take the call to action. The call to action is go to this page and get started. Anything other than go to this page and get started does not get them to be an active cleaner. Oh yeah, I'll get back to you. Can you call me? I would love to. My friend is interested too. None of those work. Those are just it's not going to get them to their first job. This is the first. So doing that. Also, we want to just reduce the number of replies right from the beginning. Let's try to reduce the amount of back and forth. Call to action. Time. If I'm on Craigslist, say to me the call to action?
Earn a lot of money by
No, the call to action.
Go to their website.
Exactly. That's what we need them to do. How do we get them to do a higher percentage of them to do that, and reduce the percentage of doing anything else? Does that make sense? We might also want to just start auto replying or marking stuff as read once they have started applying. You know, like we see a lot of prospect things. What can we auto reply to? This is about accuracy. We don't want to auto reply to stuff that has a high error rate. And then how do we answer their questions in product? Self-help here or in the questions, instead of, Emma, you have a great website. I have a few questions for you. Oh God, because that feeling is times 1,000 people. Janice, what is a frequently asked question of applicants?
What are the requirements?
Yeah. How do we answer that here so that we don't get it? Exactly, right? That's the objective. Okay, Anya, let me pause here. I need to run to the bathroom and we take a break. So I will pause the recording and then re-invite you.
Okay.
All right, so in this next step, the cleaner is claiming and invoicing jobs. So they make it all the way through this application process. Now I'll sign in as a cleaner. Any questions on how to get to the pages that we've discussed? abap.ngrok.io/mdeal, using the admin nav bar to log in as a customer or a cleaner. abap.ngrok/apply for the customer. All right, no questions. Okay, so we, my hunch for the number one way to increase fulfillment from the cleaner side is to decrease the issues that happen once the cleaner claims the job. And here are some ideas. One is prioritizing job access. So, for example, giving them access to submit a job before anyone else, or letting them swap into more and more jobs. So right now, what jobs can a top cleaner not swap into? A job within a pair where they've had past jobs, or another top cleaner. But what are the times where we can, how else can we prioritize giving access to our top cleaners first? This is a clear win-win. You ask customers, do you want us to show your job first to top cleaners? Yeah, for sure. Top cleaners, do you want to see jobs first? Yeah, for sure. Do we want that? Yeah, for sure. So how do we do it? Another is to increase the value proposition. One of the reasons issues happen is the night of the appointment or the morning of the appointment, the cleaner decides the value does not outweigh the cost to me enough for me to go. Maria, what are some values that a job offers a cleaner?
The price.
Yeah, the money. They're going to pay me for this. Great. Francis, what are some costs in this value proposition consideration for a cleaner?
For a cleaner, it's basically they get free advertising.
What are some costs to the cleaner?
Cost? Do you mean costs on their expenses for doing the cleaning?
Perfect. They have to pay for their cleaning supplies and their transportation costs. Monica, what are some other costs in exchange for, man, this money, do I want to do it?
Probably not in terms of money though, I'm thinking, probably the extra effort to, if they have to commute.
Yep. So I have to, if it's close, that's good. If it's far, it's not good. If it's across a river, I might have to take a bridge that has a lot of traffic. Great. So that's definitely another cost. And it's before and after. I have to come home afterwards. Great. What are some other costs?
Health. The cleaner suddenly feels sick, and then if he goes to the cleaning, I might not be able to do it well anyway, so I'll just rest.
Right. I know the work is hard. On top of that, I drank a bottle of wine beforehand, and now the morning of, I feel bad. And if I go do this hard work, it's going to feel bad. All of these are costs, and the only thing I get, well, I get some other things, but the only thing I get is money. What are some other things I get? I get a higher ranking, which helps me get more of this money in the future. I have the opportunity to get tipped. So this money is pretty guaranteed if I go, but I have the opportunity to get more money. So how do we increase the value proposition and increase the value and decrease the cost so that the decision is much easier? Why did Mika roll herself out of bed? I'm paying her a lot and the costs are pretty clear. How do we make that the case, but we can't pay everyone a lot and fire everyone on the first? So what are to make it a no-brainer? Yeah, I'm gonna go.
For those who, the top cleaners are the ones who are consistent in delivering, they could be prioritized to get the best jobs or the ones near their places.
Yeah, so this is how. I've described how we're already prior, but how can we further do it? Maybe we only let top cleaners rebook customers from the top cleaner's dashboard. So what that means is that's not a great idea, because a customer with not a top cleaner that wants that not top cleaner can't it just means that the bad cleaner cannot rebook, which the customer might want. And so that might not be a good, basically it's making it harder for not top cleaners to get the same customer, to give top cleaners a chance. That's not a great solution. Maybe a better solution is on first time matches. What are the things that we can do? Like Costco, a store, gives premium members 1 hour early access. They open the store 1 hour early, which is really, they close the store. So typically it's open at 9. Business members can go from 8 to 9. And what that means is less traffic, shorter lines, and you can go before work instead of have to go at the start of your work. What are things, maybe there's something we could do there. But this is the theme.
I have a question. Do our cleaners know their keep rate, of course their star rating, they are aware of that. Also their reliability, if they have reliability to have access to that?
Yeah, this is a great question. They currently do have access. It's done in a very poor way. And that's one thing that Anya is working on, which is aggregating all of the information that we want them to know about in a central place and showing it to them in a way that is clear to understand. Also tells them, what do I need to do to make these numbers better? And preempts any questions to customer service. If I don't understand what this is, or I don't agree with this number, or this, how do I improve this number? And so Anya has told me this is completely perfect, and so it should just be a couple of...
No.
I've seen that reaction from many people this week when they tell me it's completely perfect, and then so apparently. But Anya, I have high confidence. I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Anya's like, stay over there.
It's
Okay.
lonely at the office.
So this is I believe, yes, there's other things like getting cleaners to claim the jobs, things like that. But the number one thing is just please keep the job. Please. We told the customer, please keep the job. You please keep the job. Okay, retention. This is blank. Why is it blank? It's we did an exercise yesterday. It's very low cost to get a cleaner to their first job. And so it doesn't really matter how long the cleaner stays, because we have this endless group of cleaners. But let me write some things anyway. These are going to be the reasons, or more are. And so what can we do for these? These might just be policy things. These are probably more policy related. Like, it's ridiculous that you don't trust me when I say I'm locked out, and you make me jump through all these hoops. I need to use the phone feature, the photo feature. I need to jump up and down. I need to walk around the house. I need to not. It's just not fair, guys. I'm telling you, I'm locked out. So what are the things that just say, that just make the cleaner say, Emma, you are way too crazy. I'll find another boss. And then the second one is kind of obvious. Look, you're only paying me per job, and I need to put $100 of food on the table. And I can't do that. No matter how hard I try, I just can't do that. And so what might that look like? That might mean slow down the onboarding, or have some speed bumps when a district has too many active cleaners relative to invoice jobs. Just don't bring on more people. Things like that. Does that make sense? All right. Let's get to the why does this matter to me section. of the okay, so as a reminder, we're doing acquisition, fulfillment, and retention. In this customer service bucket, this is about onboarding agents. We want to decrease the onboarding time. Right now, we have these numbers like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I don't really look at the intermediates. I just look at when do you think this person is 80% as good as anyone else? And that's certainly not 4 weeks. It's whatever that is. Let's reduce that amount of time. That's the objective. How do we that's what we're trying to measure. And so you guys tell me, look, I went from this milestone to that milestone. That's great. The way I measure, ultimately the way I measure is someone 80% as good as our average agent? If so, great. They've ramped up. And if not, they still, yes, but no. How long does that take? My hunch, and you guys will have much more experience than me, is the reason it takes so long is we just have to go over the same content multiple times because it's naturally, you fill a bucket, some of it leaks. You fill a bucket, some of it leaks. That's natural. But how do we increase the retention of that? I think we have largely fixed this trainee dropout. Previously it might have been like a quarter of trainees didn't make it. Why didn't they make it? They let Xiaowei talk to the trainee on the second day, and the guy never came back. That was Anya's suggestion. Anya was like, why don't you just talk to them on their second day? Am I right?
Yes.
Xiaowei, why don't you just talk to them? That will help.
Wishful thinking.
Anyway, I think we've largely fixed this, but obviously if we invest in the person, say, hey, we think you can make it to the next step. We want them to succeed in the next step. Okay, so those are some ways to measure success. What do we actually work on? There's this idea of what does the schedule look like? In this week, we have a schedule of here's the order and here's the types of things in these 3 days and those 3 days. What should we be doing? Then there's given that we're going to talk about product ideas to save time for 3 sessions, how should we do it? Should we go around in a circle and give ideas? Should we do it in written form and I grade the papers and hand them back to you? What is the right approach? Is it teach backs? Is it pre-read? How do we do that? And you guys, among anyone in the organization, it's the 7 of you that will have this answer. It's not going to be Juby. I asked Juby. Juby's like, sure, I don't know. Why? It's too far away. I even asked Anya, I can't really remember how you helped me. Right, it's this group here. How are we going to, what is the right 4 or 5 week, look, all you need to do is learn this stuff. What is the right approach? At breakfast, Ivy mentioned people have different learning styles. What is the integrated approach that has the examples, the theory, the detailed explanations, the slight twist on the examples? What is the right approach? And you guys will have tons of feedback for it. Next is we're migrating from a bunch of random documents like this to Notion, where it's much more searchable, it's much more user-friendly, so that I can just learn this stuff on my own without asking people, and there's a definitive source. And then this last one, this is where actually, this is probably the easiest, if you want just a passing grade this class, is how do I make the CRM more self-discoverable? There's a bunch of stuff, it's kind of random. How do I just figure out that it exists and what the hell does it say or do? So that I don't need to go to Notion, so that I don't need to go to a training session. It's just kind of obvious. Like a doorknob, you don't need a class for how a doorknob works. You either push it, pull it, or twist it, and you'll figure it out. And where is it? It's by the door. Like, if you want to go through the door, you don't need product. So how do we make our product like that? Light switch. Okay, I'm hitting all around it, nothing's happening. Oh, I hit the light switch and the lights turn. I have instant feedback. It gives me a sound. The visual changes. There's a sound that click. I can feel the thing moving, and once it hits from one side to the other, I can't push it any further. I know I don't need to push it any further because when I tried, nothing's happening. Right? Keyboard, click, 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 tap, tap, tap. Okay, I can feel it happening. I don't need to know, oh, this is the button. Right? So how do we make our very badly, poorly designed CRM? So how do you answer this question? Just think back to, man, when I was crying, but I didn't want anyone to know, but when I was crying, what was causing that? Let me go back to that bully, and I'm going to fix it for the next Francis. Yeah. Look, I'm not talking to people in their first 2 weeks. But what is the Xiaohui's product that is doing that, and how do we fix it? Just go back to when I was so fucking confused, or when someone asked me a question, how do I fix it in the product? All right. So now we're on actually solving the ticket. So let me, one way to be, okay, so there's decreasing the time. How long, any random ticket, how long does it take? There's 4 steps. A, I need to understand what the hell's going on. B, I need to brainstorm all the actions. No judgment, let's just list as many as possible. C, I need to pick the one and do that one. D, I need to pick the one and do the actions. D, I need to talk to the user and tell them what I did, optionally, possibly, right? Okay, so these are rough, I don't know how much time percent breakdown, but let's say it's 25%, 25%. So if I'm trying to decrease time, the first is, so now I'm just getting to ideas. The first is, don't have 2 people look at the same ticket, which is measured by a collision. Why? One of them didn't need to look at it. You can reduce time by half. Or if it's a triple, if it's a 3-car crash, sometimes like a 10-car crash. I'm like, wow, everybody's just beep, 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 beep. Right? So how do we make so this is regions, this is making sure that we staff hours across the day instead of everyone is at the same hours. This is FCR, this is assigned agent V2. These are all to try to reduce collisions. And this could be the easiest bucket because I can do it behind the scenes if you tell me how to do it. I don't need any agent behavior change. I can just figure out how to assign tickets allocate tickets in a better way. So that's it, you don't even need to comprehend. I2. So collapsing a bunch of stuff that's not necessary. The CRM structure on the right-hand side is information about the user and all the messages. Some of the information right now is collapsed within do, within view, but some of the stuff is still visible. With jobs, I'm only showing you one job. But there's flags and what do you need that's not there that you have to open up every time? What do you not need? It's why the fuck does this thing exist? I just scroll by it every time. What can we collapse? And then within the messages, I'm already silencing or collapsing some messages that are automated that have no information for us. What more can we do? How else can I highlight these messages? Right now there's color coding by who the sender is. There's also indenting, recipient. The user as a sender is on one side, the user, everything else is on the other side. So there's I tried to copy the text message thing where your text message shows up right indent, everyone else's shows up left indent. What is the right way to just get a sense of what the hell is going on? Reducing context switching. So it's let me just work on a few sets of tickets or a few tiers of tickets or classes of tickets. So I'm not switching back and forth between collecting credit cards where I'm gonna, hey, you need to pay me, you need to pay me, you need to pay me, to a, I'm so sorry, please stay, I'm so sorry, please stay, I'm so sorry, please stay. You wanna just keep, because then you can grind them out a lot faster when you do classes tickets all in a row. What are the keyboard shortcuts and on-screen shortcuts? You know, there's like scroll to bottom. There's scroll to the first ticket, scroll to the last ticket. What are the shortcuts that you very commonly use? My hunch is it's probably going to be around scrolling. So what are those shortcuts? How can I make the existing stuff better? And that's all to help you. Maria had an idea yesterday of, let me just help the person comprehend by writing what the most important things to comprehend are. How do we do all these things around comprehension? Right, you guys have, this is a third of your job, is I just need to figure out what the hell's going on. How do we do it better? The answer is not, we just need to get more experience and tough it out. That is not the answer. Anya, why is that not, why is, in comprehension, if agents are thinking, yeah, the job is hard, I just need to buckle down, get more experience, and I will solve this comprehension bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that not a good answer?
Because motivation only lasts so long, and without the right technique or forcing functions, it's going to fade, and you can't sustain that energy forever. So you need to actually learn or have forcing functions to change your behavior.
Yeah, and here I'm talking about what are the tools? Like, imagine there's just weights in your backpack. If you're like, I just need to buckle down, the job is hard, I need to carry the weights. I'm saying, how do we just get the weights out of your backpack and give you a rolling bag? So the answer is not, I need to build muscle and get stronger. Yes, and I assume you're doing that. This is you telling me how I can help you. And the answer is not, don't worry about it, I just need to go to the gym. Because, as Anya said, there's a human limit, and then I'll do everything else through the product. Does that make sense? The answer is not, sorry, I will try harder, I will work harder, I promise. I assume that's going to happen. Okay. Then there's the, now that I understand what's going on, what I need to brainstorm what I could possibly do. And so how do I help you brainstorm them? I'm not next to you. So one idea is just have these checklists or have these decision trees. That's how these macros are structured. You know, once you know what's going on, okay, so let's do an exercise. H, just think of any ticket, but don't tell me about the ticket. It's a cleaner side ticket. Okay, ready? You have a, yep. H, am I trying to explain something to the cleaner? Is it something related to an experience just prior to the cleaner claiming a job? Is it just after they claim the job? Or is it an issue that they're having?
An issue.
Okay, perfect. Is the issue something that is pretty clearly the customer's fault? Is it that the two of them disagree, customer and cleaner disagree? Is it disintermediation related? Or can I basically solve this by sending them a link to their dashboard? Okay. Right, so we've already done the comprehension. I'm trying to brainstorm what all the possible actions are. Okay, is when they disagree, is it related to reviews, the quality of the cleaning, how long the cleaning happened for, or damage or theft, or other?
Other.
Perfect. This product sucks. We need more of the decision tree so that once H has perfectly comprehended the ticket, I can provide you with, here's probably the most common stuff. What was your problem? What was the problem?
The cleaner and the client did not agree on the time. So the client says, I rescheduled it and the cleaner was there. It was supposed to be last. Really doesn't last.
Perfect. So, okay, so now could this be under post-claim? Cancel, reschedule? No. Okay, so now what am I doing? I'm trying to figure out, does this thing exist and it's just in the wrong place, or I applied the logic wrong, or does it just completely not exist? But this bucket is gonna be super easy for you to just go through and say, here's the last 5 tickets I did that the CRM did not help me brainstorm. And then here's what it should have done through this flow to brainstorm for me. This, in terms of degree of difficult, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Hage. Hage was trying to win a Nobel Peace Prize yesterday by building a cleaner career ladder. That's going to be fucking hard. This stuff is going to be pretty easy. And yes, this stuff will help you in the short term. We need both of them. This is going to be very easy. Do you guys feel the same way? Okay. So once I know what the hell is going on, it's going to be very easy. You know, when people pass training, it's going to be very easy to comprehend what's going on. Now, how do we help people know? Now that I know what's going on, I don't understand all of Homeaglow's policies, but I sure as hell can do this 3-question step of, is it the customer's fault? Are they disagreeing? Or is it disintermediation? So how do we build this out more so it's going to be pretty clear, okay, I understand what they want me to do. Okay, then there's the bucket of, now that I know I need to issue credit, now I know that I need to execute. One thing that can decrease the time of execution is just setting goals. So we built the goal thing to say, okay, I need to push myself, hit 60, 70, 80. Once I'm aware of the goal, it's just helped me do it faster. And the LTV calculator is an example of doing it faster. So how might we improve the LTV calculator so it's not so fucking confusing and it doesn't break all the time? And another example is the calculator does bulk actions. How do we take that theme of doing bulk actions, take the 10-step flow and just move it into 2 or 3 steps? How do we consolidate actions that are almost always bulked together? Okay, so now that we've done the actions, we need to draft the message and then revise the message. So ideas, stuff where there's situations where there's just no macro, but it happens at least once a day, let's just create the macro. Like this, Mika went through like 3 rounds of this and we created like 8 macros. We did an exercise, we did an exercise where I looked at all the messages sent without a macro, and I asked other agents to confirm, did this message really not have a macro? And for some of them, for half of them, there actually was a macro. And so it's teaching the first agent, you did not use a macro, this had a macro, got it. You did not use a macro, it had a macro, got it. So doing things like that to help draft and revise the message faster. Another bucket, this is strictly around fulfillment, is how do we increase the save submitted jobs? Save submitted jobs so they don't get system canceled. What are all the things that we can do there? This is a big bucket. Why is this so big? It's literally going from no money to a job. The customer wants it. We're so close. Okay, then the next bucket is around accuracy. So there are going to be some tickets where the LTV range is like $100 or more. And if we focus on those, I think the main thing is this discussion you guys had yesterday, which is how do you know it's 27% dispute versus 57 versus 80? Those numbers are going to change the LTV significantly for Visa customers. So how do you know? And so how do we provide better guidance? Tables, benchmarks for what might the numbers be if I issue credits or if I issue refunds, if I issue a discount, how does that change jobs for every month dispute? Why does lowering the monthly fee, how does lowering the monthly fee change the dispute rate? I know how to type in delete 5, delete 6, delete 7. But what do I do with the other numbers? Because the estimator right now is pretty retarded. how do I make it? What information do I need to surface? Similar to the data I gave Anya this morning. What is the information I need to surface so that it's less of agents are like, there's just not enough information, so I have no idea, but the range is $300 and I'm stuck here now. How do I help in those situations? Then there's going to be some tickets, there's a fear where, wow, this could really change, this could really be a lot. 3 times 39 is 117. I know that like the back of my hand because every time I see 117, I'm like, oh man, we just refunded everything we possibly could have. How do we reduce, I'm not saying it's a mistake, I'm saying how do we reduce the likelihood that it is a mistake? Because that's a lot of money for a 5-minute decision. For a 30-second decision, that's a lot of money. I will even stop it. Do we really need to refund all of this? Is there a way we can refund half or none of it? Like 117 per minute times, if you just do one of these in an hour, it's $117 an hour. If you do these every minute, it's $7,000 an hour. It's okay to pause and ask, do I really need to refund the entire amount? Or if the customer is like, I guarantee you I'm going to dispute, is it really 99% dispute? Or is it 0%? Because that's also $200. And so how do we slow down in those times? But don't be scared. But don't be scared. But these are big numbers. Anya, any comments or questions before we pause?
None from me. Hi, guys.
All right, thank you very much. I'll see you, Anya. Oh, I am.
Am I staying here or what's happening?
Nope, we're done.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Bye.